If you're looking for any single component to define the caliber of the build that we're working here, it is this component. All right, it's November of 2022. I get a call from Ruben Frias, and he tells me that he's got a great project lined up for me. He saw my work that I did on the E30 M3, the NLA restoration from Ziad, and he loved it. He wanted me to do the exact same thing on his fire orange M3. We share some pictures. I take a look at them. I'm like, this looks pretty good. Seems like a really good base we can start off with. And you know, I'm going through it. I'm like, this is good. He's got like really custom parts. This is going to be a completely custom Hartke rebuild with an S54 6-speed. I mean, this is going to be a show quality car, SEMA-quality at its best. And I was very excited about engaging into this project. We keep in touch over the course of the first couple of months, and we start going through some of the parts that are needed, some of the parts that he thinks that he has. Again, these are parts that have been going through these shops over the course of the last, 8 years, 9 years. And, I'm just kind of like, I think this is good. This is gonna be a great project. So this has to be an easier project, right?
So hot, man, I need me a rap. If you ain't on time, then you didn't left. Can't live in the past, ain't got no regrets. Ain't looking for love, just want me some sex. Like it or love it, still gotta respect it.
Fast forward. Going through all the parts, I realized that there is a ton missing. And I'm starting to get that pitted feeling in my stomach that, hey, this is no, it's not gonna be like one of those. We're gonna get through this.
If I can do this. I don't know if I can do this.
Now remember, this is an S54, completely rebuilt S54. But there's a lot of details and nuances there that needed to be resolved.
This might be above my pay grade.
And while we had a lot of cool Hartke parts, like a fully rebuilt instrument cluster, we've got a limited slip diff, we've got big brake, ground control coilovers, the devil is in the details. A lot of work has been gone through evaluating this project up until this point. And as you can see behind me, we have a fire orange E30 M3 hood, and that's just the start of it.
Another hanger.
Hard to believe that this carpet was brand new just a couple years ago. So as I said earlier, this vehicle has gone through from shop to shop to shop, and every time there's been a loss of parts or something was halfway built up and then taken off or not built correctly, but the buck stops with me, all right? The buck stops with me, and we are going to finish this build just like I've done on every other customer build to their ultimate satisfaction. Here we have a fire orange E30 M3. It has been fully painted, but the paint job absolutely is horrible. It's terrible. But we are gonna keep the shave bay, which means we're gonna have to create new brackets and get this thing, fully able to be functional. Believe it or not, if you come inside, you're gonna see that this thing actually has a brand new carpet. And no, I am not kidding. This is a never before used carpet, brand new. It was installed years ago, and it looks like it was left out in the rain. There's rust marks, there's, the harness looks like crap, and it is in bad shape. So we're gonna have to take this carpet out and see what we can do to restore it. Everybody loves how I like saying rat's nest of wires, but it is. This car has no glass. It did have glass. In fact, this thing did have a rear windshield while it was on the tow truck getting moved up to our shop, and the glass actually flew out on the highway. No, nobody got hurt, but I did see the video from the tow truck driver, and that was very interesting to see that a very expensive and perfect condition rear glass is now gone. That sucks. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff on this car that we're going to end up updating. You can see here there's no side markers on this bumper, and in the front too. We're going to reinstate those side markers and get this back to an OEM look. So what we're going to do here is we are actually going to be doing something very unique on this build that we've never done before, which increases the cool factor by like a factor of like 7. And that is air jacks. Now, air jacks are going to be installed at each corner. In fact, I think on the back, it's probably going to go right under here on the other side. And then in the front, we're going to be installing those cylinders right inside of here. It's going to go right under here, right in the footwell there. And what these things do is with the touch of a button, it's going to enable the entire car to get up off of the tires so you can do quick tire changes. Yes, this is nothing but a real cool factor. But it's going to be operated by an E30 switch. Everything in this car is going to be E30 switch specific. You're not going to know what this thing is until you get in the car, and you're going to see all these E30 switches that are repurposed for different functions, which is really cool. And I think it's going to make this car really unique. So this is a completely rebuilt S54 3.2 liter. There's a lot of accessories that are missing. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of S54 parts that are missing, but my customers are working to get that from the old shop. But in the meantime, it's going to be sitting here on this engine stand, and it's going to be just kind of hanging out. He did provide me a lot of parts. You can see we've got a true carbon fiber cylinder head cover and a new powder coated cylinder head as well. All these parts are all completely polished and brand new. And the final thing that I wanted to show you was, while this engine already has an M50 oil pan, which is the front sump oil pan that you'd want to do for these types of conversions, it fits all M or S50X engines, including the S54, bolts right on. You just need the M50 or S50 oil pump and chain, which this modification has already been done. Here, we've got a completely custom oil pan from this company. And this comes with everything that you need.
The harness is easy, just wrap it up. Yeah, a couple hours.
Wanted you to see what this is, because this is basically going to define the entire build. This is from Jordan Surrett, so say no more about quality. Rebuilt E30 M3 specific.
That is
ABS pump. Look at this thing. Just look at it, man. Would you just look at that? Would you look at that? As clean as it gets.
Look at this. Wow. Not reconditioned like
Nope.
that.
So check this out. If you're looking for any single component to define the caliber of the build that we're working here, it is this component. So thanks, Jordan.
In the next episode,